Alright, in this video I will be removing and replacing the cup holder that's in my Mazda 3 because the lid is broken. I picked this cup holder assembly up for $6 at a scrapyard. You can see there's two side clips, one larger clip sort of at the end. There's two clips on this side. This one's snapped off, so I'm going to keep the cover plate from my vehicle. You can see the three larger clips on the back side, and there's one large clip on the front side. It's good to know where these are so that when you're prying this off, you don't just pull on plastic blindly. I have a heater running in my car just to keep everything a little bit warmer because obviously it is winter. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove the small side clips. I'm going to reach beside the parking brake and just sort of lift up where those little small clips are located. Then in the front, I'm just going to tuck my thumb under and reach where the larger clip is and pull that up. You'll notice that little pointy thing there. I noticed at the scrapyard, almost all the cars had that thing broken off on them. This side was a little tighter, so I'm using a screwdriver where it's that really thin piece of plastic. So I'm trying to be careful with that so I don't twist it and break that little piece of plastic. I use the screwdriver to pop out the front corner. And then I'm just going to reach in with my finger and pop out that one last larger plastic clip. Now because I've got my trim piece out without breaking it, I'm actually going to remove the trim piece from the one that I got at the scrapyard. And I'm going to replace it with the trim piece off the vehicle. So I'm just going to be replacing the cup holder. This piece is held on by 4 screws, and you can buy the cup holder and trim piece separate at Mazda. So here's the new trim piece that I'm going to use and install on the cup holder from the scrapyard. The cup holder from the scrapyard was definitely not this clean when I got it. However, just tossing it in the sink for 15 minutes and then using some soap and water cleaned it right up. And installation is the opposite, just put the 4 screws back in. Pretty straightforward stuff. And once you've got all 4 screws back in, this piece is ready to go back into the vehicle. And there it is, all mounted up. Now I got that off a 2012 Mazda 3 actually, so it wasn't a 2013. And it is part BBM 4-64361. So you see the 3 locations where the clips are going to attach to in the front and the one in the rear. It just slides over the emergency brake. Now I found it simpler to put the end towards the rear of the vehicle in first rather than the front. As soon as you had that one large clip in the back, everything lined up nicely. And you just push everything down, make sure all those small clips clip into the sides of the trim as well, and get those 3 big clips in the front, and then you're pretty much done. And you can see, obviously it's going to work fine, but you got to test it once you put it in. Now if you couldn't find it in the scrapyard, you can also repair your cup holder, and you can see the damage there, that the little door latch lid thing is snapped off at the hinge. You don't pry these out actually. What you should do is remove that little nylon washer and then the whole thing will slide backwards, but I find that out later. And I'll show you the proper way to put it in. And try not to bend that spring when you remove this hinge. And again, you should take that little washer off first. So here's the broken piece. To fix this, I'm going to use this LePage Super Glue Ultra Gel. I actually found it did a good job. Obviously it's not my vehicle, but I've been playing with it for a few days. This bottle of glue cost $10 at Walmart. That's Canadian. So just like any super glue, spread it along the broken piece, and then you're going to attach the broken side to the non-broken side. Once that's done, I'm going to let everything sit for approximately 15 minutes just to harden up. And this glue will reach its full cure strength after about 24 hours. So I'm just going to let this sit for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to apply a little bit more of this glue along the one edge. Now I'm just putting a little bit extra on this side because it has because it doesn't rub on anything. I'm not putting it on the other side, or it would probably create friction against the actual cup holder itself. Now you do need those two nylon washers, and you can see there's like a little channel cut out, so that just slides in. So I'll put it in correctly, even though I didn't take it out correctly. So what you should do is take, if you're removing it, take those washers out and then slide it out. And basically you just open it up all the way, and then you can slide it straight in or out. If you just broke the lid like I did, I also noticed there was lots of the lids sitting around the scrapyard as well, so you could probably just go there and get just the lid if that's what you needed. Anyway, slide the lid on, insert the nylon washer, and then reinsert the screw. Once all that's done, just mount the spring back on the same way it came off. Now Mazda was asking $180 for the cup holder with the exterior trim piece, and they were asking $80 for just the cup holder with the lid. The estimated labor time from Mazda was 30 minutes, so that would be $57 here because the labor rate is $114 an hour. So with tax, you're looking at almost $150 here in Ontario. As I said, I got the entire thing for $6 at the scrapyard. So the scrapyard definitely beat going to Mazda. Even the scrapyard even beat getting a tube of glue and fixing this by $4. This is a very quick and easy fix, and if you have a scrapyard in your area that has a Mazda 3 in the correct age range, I definitely recommend you check that out. Anyway, thanks for checking out my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.